Hey everyone, and welcome back to the Deep Dive. Today we're taking a deep dive into something really cool,
Cool indeed.
AI in real estate. Specifically, we're going to be looking at how to automate email marketing for real estate.
A hot topic, for sure.
And to do that, we're going to be breaking down a YouTube tutorial that shows exactly how to set up an AI-powered system.
A system that can save you a ton of time and effort
So if you're ready to unlock the secrets of AI email marketing,
and take your real estate game to the next level.
then buckle up and let's dive in.
You know, one of the things that really caught my eye in this tutorial
What's that?
was the concept of manual triggers in Zapier.
Oh, Zapier. Now, just for those who may not be
No,
familiar,
not everyone's a tech wizard.
what exactly is Zapier?
Well, think of it like this.
Okay.
It's a tool that connects different apps and automates tasks between them.
So it's like the glue that holds our AI email system together.
Precisely. And a manual trigger basically means that you, the user, are in control.
So I get to decide when to kick off the whole AI email process.
Exactly. You're the one calling the shots.
Okay, I like that. Now I'm curious about the database side of things.
Right, where all the property information lives.
Was it some super complicated setup?
You might be surprised to hear this, but they actually used Google Docs as their database.
No way. Really?
Yep. Simple, accessible, and perfect for illustrating the concept.
So you're saying you don't need some fancy, expensive software to get started?
Nope. You can start simple and scale up later if you need to.
Okay, Google Docs it is. But let's get to the heart of it all.
Let's talk AI.
How does ChatGPT, the AI, actually create these emails?
Okay, picture this.
I'm picturing it.
ChatGPT is reading all the details about a property from that Google Doc you set up.
So it's like it's digesting all the information about the listing.
Exactly. Locations, square footage, those unique features, it all goes into the AI.
And then what?
Then, get this, it takes all that information and generates both the email subject line and the body of the email.
Whoa, hold on. So it's not just writing a generic new listing email.
Not at all. Each email is tailored specifically to that individual property.
Wow. So it's personalized marketing on a whole new level.
You got it. They also talked about how to manage the length of those AI-generated emails.
Oh, that's smart. You don't want to overwhelm people with too much information.
Right. Plus, shorter outputs mean you spend less on using the AI.
Makes sense. So we've got these amazing AI-crafted emails. Now, how do we actually get them out to potential buyers?
That's where another key tool comes in MailChimp.
MailChimp. I've heard of that.
Yeah.
It's an email marketing platform, right?
Exactly. It lets you manage your email lists and create campaigns.
Okay, I'm starting to see how all these pieces fit together.
It's like a well-oiled machine.
So walk me through this. How does MailChimp integrate with the rest of the system?
They show you how to connect MailChimp to Zapier so the whole thing is automated. Each time that manual trigger in Zapier is activated.
Like when I add a new property to the Google Doc.
Exactly. A brand new, unique email campaign is created in MailChimp for that specific property.
So I don't have to manually create and send out individual emails anymore.
Nope. The entire process, from adding the property to your Google Doc to sending those personalized emails, is completely hands-free thanks to automation.
This is mind-blowing. It's like we've unlocked the secret to effortless, targeted email marketing.
It really is a game changer. And the best part is, these principles can be applied to any industry, not just real estate.
Okay, that's what I love about this deep dive. It's not just about real estate. It's about understanding the power of AI and how it can transform the way we do business. So just to recap,
Always good to recap.
we've covered the core components of this AI email system. We talked about manual triggers in Zapier, setting up that simple database in Google Docs.
And don't forget the magic of ChatGPT.
Oh, yes. ChatGPT taking those property details and crafting those personalized emails.
And then MailChimp sending them out automatically.
It's like a dream team of tools working together to make our lives easier.
It really is. But, you know, I'm thinking,
What are you thinking?
we've only scratched the surface here. There are so many other ways this AI email magic can be used in real estate.
Oh, I know. It's super exciting. So let's dive even deeper and explore those possibilities.
Let's do it. So, you know, one of the things I find fascinating about this approach to email marketing
Yeah.
is that it's not about blasting out the same generic message to everyone on your list.
It's about being more targeted, right?
Exactly. It's about crafting hyper-personalized emails that speak directly to the recipient's interests.
Okay, so it's not just about automation. It's about delivering the right message to the right person at the right time.
You got it. It's about creating a personalized experience that feels authentic and engaging.
I like that. Now, I do have a question about something that popped up in the tutorial.
Shoot.
It was the code blocks in Zapier. I'll admit that part made me a little nervous.
I can understand that. Code can seem intimidating if you're not familiar with it.
Yeah, I'm not exactly a coding whiz.
But the good news is, you don't need to be a coding expert to use these tools effectively.
So they make it pretty user-friendly.
The tutorial actually shows you how to use pre-written code snippets, which makes things a lot easier.
Oh, so it's more like assembling a piece of furniture. You don't need to know how to build each individual part from raw materials.
That's a great analogy. You just need to know how to put the pieces together.
Exactly. That makes me feel a lot more confident about tackling those code blocks.
And that's the key takeaway here. Don't let the fear of code hold you back. With the right tools and guidance, anyone can harness the power of AI automation.
Speaking of guidance, did the tutorial mention any other resources or tools that might be helpful, as we venture further into this AI-powered world?
They did briefly mention Zapier tables, which is like Google Docs on steroids.
Google Docs on steroids. That sounds intense.
It's a more powerful database option within Zapier
Yeah.
that can handle larger amounts of data and more complex workflows.
So if your needs grow,
You can explore these advanced tools.
got it. So there's a whole world of possibilities beyond the basics.
Absolutely. The possibilities are endless.
Now I want to kind of zoom out a bit and talk about the bigger picture.
Okay, let's zoom out.
What does this all mean for the future of real estate marketing?
It's an exciting time to be in real estate.
Oh, I bet.
AI is poised to revolutionize the way agents and brokers connect with buyers and sellers.
So you're saying AI is going to replace real estate agents altogether? Should we all be packing our bags and looking for new careers?
Not at all. AI is a tool, not a replacement. It's about empowering agents to be more efficient, more effective, and ultimately more successful.
Okay, that's reassuring.
It's about automating those time-consuming tasks so agents can free up their time.
To focus on what really matters.
Exactly. Building relationships, providing expert advice, and guiding clients through the process.
So AI is more like a superpowered assistant.
I like that. A superpowered assistant that handles the heavy lifting.
So agents can focus on the human touch.
It's about working smarter, not harder.
This is all starting to make so much sense. We've gone from demystifying those technical aspects
Right, like the nuts and bolts of it all.
to really exploring its impact on the future of real estate.
And how it can actually help human agents thrive.
This deep dive has been incredibly enlightening.
I agree. And what's even more exciting is we've only just scratched the surface.
Oh, there's always more to learn, right?
The potential of AI is vast, and we're only beginning to explore its possibilities.
Speaking of exploring, the tutorial ended with a really thought-provoking question.
They asked, if you could automate any part of your business with AI, what would it be?
Yeah, such a good question. What would you automate?
That's a tough one. There are so many possibilities. But if I had to choose,
Yeah.
I think I would automate lead generation. Imagine if AI could scour the internet and identify potential buyers and sellers.
Yeah, it would be incredible. Like a 247 virtual assistant, always on the lookout for new leads.
Exactly. And then it could reach out to them with personalized messages tailored to their specific needs and interests.
So no more cold calling or spending hours searching for leads online.
You could focus your energy on nurturing those leads and guiding them through the buying or selling process.
Now you're speaking my language. Working smarter, not harder.
It's all about maximizing your time and resources.
This is getting me really excited about the future of real estate. It feels like we're on the cusp of a major shift.
We are. But let's not get ahead of ourselves before we start dreaming of AI-powered robots selling houses.
Right. Back to reality for a moment.
I think it's important to wrap up with some key takeaways.
Agreed. What's the most important thing our listeners should take away from this deep dive?
I think it's that AI is no longer a futuristic concept. It's here, it's accessible, and it can be used to automate a wide range of tasks.
Including those tedious email marketing tasks.
Exactly. And you don't need to be a tech expert to use it. There are tons of resources available to guide you.
Speaking of resources, we'll be sure to include a link to that YouTube tutorial in the show notes.
Great idea.
Anything else our listeners should keep in mind?
Just remember, AI is a tool, not a magic bullet. It's not going to solve all your problems overnight.
Right, it's not about replacing human expertise.
It's about augmenting it.
Finding that balance between automation and that personal touch.
You don't want to lose that human connection.
So as we wrap up this part of our deep dive,
Before we move on to our final thoughts,
I want to leave our listeners with this thought. Don't be afraid to experiment.
dive in.
Explore those tools and see how you can leverage AI to enhance your business.
You never know what you might discover.
Who knows? You might just unlock the secret to real estate success.
Now, before we wrap up completely, there's one more aspect of AI that we haven't really touched on yet.
And that is
The ethical implications.
the ethical side of AI. Right, we can't just talk about all the cool features without acknowledging the potential downsides.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's like anything else. AI is a powerful tool, and it can be used for good or bad.
So when it comes to email marketing, what are some of the ethical things we need to keep in mind?
Well, one of the biggest concerns is data privacy.
Data privacy, right, because AI relies on data to work.
And in the case of email marketing, that data often includes some pretty personal information about potential clients.
Things like their names, email addresses, maybe even their browsing history.
Exactly. So it's super important to make sure that data is being collected, stored, and used responsibly.
Ethically, yeah. We don't want to end up in a situation where people's personal information is being misused or exploited.
Absolutely not. Transparency is key.
Transparency, okay. So being upfront with your audience about how you're using AI and what data you're collecting.
Right. And give people the option to opt out of those AI-powered features if they want to.
So it's all about giving people control over their own data.
Exactly. People should feel empowered to make informed choices about how their data is used.
I like that. Building trust and transparency. What else can we do on the ethical front?
Another thing to consider is bias.
Bias. How does that come into play with AI?
Well, AI algorithms are trained on data, right? And if that data is biased in some way, the algorithm is going to learn and reflect those biases.
Oh, I see. So if the data used to train the AI is skewed in a particular direction?
The AI might end up making decisions or predictions that are unfair or discriminatory.
That's a really important point. So how can we avoid that? How can we mitigate bias in AI?
Well, it starts with awareness. Being aware of potential biases in the data that's being used to train those algorithms.
So being mindful of where the data is coming from and what biases it might contain.
Exactly. And it's also important to have diverse teams working on AI systems.
So a variety of perspectives and backgrounds.
Yeah, to make sure that a range of viewpoints are considered during development and deployment.
So it's not just about the tech itself. It's about the people behind it.
Absolutely. AI is a reflection of the humans who create it. We need to make sure we're developing and using it in a way that benefits everyone.
That's a great point to end on. This has been such an insightful conversation about AI-powered email marketing for real estate.
We've covered a lot of ground.
We talked about the tools, the possibilities, the future of real estate, and the ethical considerations.
It's been quite the journey.
And for those of you listening, we hope you've gained some valuable knowledge and maybe even some inspiration.
If you're in the real estate game.
Or really any business for that matter.
Don't be afraid to explore how AI can help you work smarter and achieve your goals.
But as we've discussed, always keep in mind those ethical considerations.
Use this powerful tool responsibly.
And make sure you're using it for good.
That's right.
Thanks for joining us today on this deep dive.
It's been a pleasure.
And until next time,
Keep diving deep.
bye everyone.